Hey there, my name's Owen. I'm the Dungeon Master of our Return of the Giants campaign.
Hey guys, I'm Jared. I'm playing the character of Krasus, Antares, a Astral Elf Wizard.
Hi everybody, I'm Michael. I'm playing Tetra Knight, Circle Stars Druid.
Hi, my name's Claire. I am playing Nauthiz, or Now, who is a Dwarven-forged fighter.
Hi, I'm Ali, and I'm playing Lyra, the Eladrin Druid.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm playing Niles Silverwind, the monk Owlin.
Hello! Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Lost Archives. That's funny. I've gone right from hello to welcome. I'm just adding extra words unnecessarily at the end of every greeting.
New season, new word.
New season,
right?
new season, new duplicate. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us live for our Return of the Giants campaign. It's so exciting to have you here tonight. We are very excited for our first session. Well, technically not our first session, but also our first session, because we did run our session 0 last week. That is now up for your pleasure on YouTube and on podcast. You can catch it at YouTube/@thelostarchives, or on any podcast platform of your choice. Just chuck in the Lost Archives D&D and it'll come up, promise. But yes, so our session 0, which we ran last week, we went through some of the character creation, we finalized some of the aspects of the characters, and we did a little bit of a backstory as well, weaving together the threads of their narrative backstories to form a full tapestry that brought all of these lovely characters together. We're going to be jumping straight back in with session 1 tonight. You don't need to have watched session 0. I do recommend it though. There was lots of really funny moments, some really interesting backstory moments as well. I think we have to give Matt the MVP of the session for his characterization of Niles, which was amazing.
Unexpected, but welcome, I think.
Yeah, I feel like Niles gave the best characterization of Niles by the end of it. I think Matt was just a side participant.
Matt just vanished.
I just let Niles take over. Yeah,
man, it just started off so suave, and then you went to the territory of whoo, and then it was so.
It was brilliant. I enjoyed every second of it. I was loving it. You got actual tears from me, so
yeah, that's high praise.
Thank you. So yeah, I do recommend checking it out. It's very, very funny. And we're going to be jumping into the session in a moment. First off, thank you everybody who came and joined us last night and the night before. Last night for Avatar Legends, the night before for Curse of Strahd. Curse of Strahd campaign is running along really nicely. They've just arrived at the village of Valaki, which is one of my favorite locations in the Barovian demi-plane. And I'm very excited for them to explore the village in a bit more detail. They've been given a few quests, including a bit of a fetch quest to retrieve the bones of a saint stolen from a church. I'm sure that's going to be fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not going to be a problem.
No.
What was that? Sorry, Lockie? Oh, Lockie. Fucking hell. What was that? Sorry, Michael.
Yeah, no chance of cursing there.
I'm blaming Jared for that slip up, because Jared called you Lockie just before, and now it's in my brain. And I've been trying so hard to be like Tetra.
It's going to take a lot of time for all this to probably.
I am going to call you
that
by the wrong
mind
character
again.
name sometimes. I'll do my best to fix it up. But when we played those characters for almost 2.5 years for Tyranny of Dragons, it's going to happen. And remember, so thank you everybody who joined us for those streams. Remember, if you're enjoying this or if you've been watching a few of our campaigns, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. We really, really appreciate it. I love to read out stories from the community at the beginning of each session, fun tales from the groups, just as a little beginning to the stream. So if you want to leave a fun story from playing D&D, Avatar Legends, Edge of the Empire, chuck it in the comments. I do have a funny one tonight that was sent to me by a mate of mine. He hasn't put it in the YouTube comment yet, but he promised he would. This is courtesy of Raf, who I'm sure all of you know very well. He came and guested as Shivers. Let me quickly pull open. Give me 2 seconds. So this is a campaign he played a while ago. It's not a horror story per se, but it is a bit of a weird one. So he came in and joined a group a couple of months into their session, and he'd been pretty keen on it. He hadn't played D&D for a little bit. He was very keen to get back into it again. But he had gotten 1 or 2 little weird vibes during the messaging when they'd started to refer to themselves by their character names, like during the messaging. And he was like, oh, well, maybe they're just really into their roleplay. Like that's kind of fun. When he arrived there, they'd started to like dress up a little bit as their characters, which again, like that's kind of cool, like really getting into it. But they had also brought some like weapons with them as well. And I think in his mind at this point, he was like, oh, I didn't know I was signing up for some LARPing. The session progressed, and when combat started, the DM positioned them in the yard and then ran at them pretending to be various creatures.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Why not? So yeah, lots of fun. He didn't go back.
I feel like that's a missed opportunity.
I get the sense that it was a bit far. You know, when some people, I've never done LARPing, but another one of my mates got into LARPing, and he said one of the groups that he went to try it out, like he had a really fun time, but he found the intensity a bit much with this group. And that sometimes people can get really intense, like when that adrenaline starts flowing and when the immersion's really there, people would get a bit intense with their foam swords and like get a bit crazy. Not something I've experienced because I haven't done LARPing yet, but I have to say it's probably one of the things, like that story is always sat rent-free at the back of my mind, and every time I ever think about trying LARPing, there's a little voice in my head that goes, yeah, but some fucker's going to punch you in the face with a foam sword, Owen, because you're a bit of an annoying piece of shit. I can't refute that. That's just a fact. Oh, man. So yeah, that was a fun story. If you've got any fun other stories that you can share, can be from the campaign, can be something that happened to a character of yours, can be just a fun moment from adjacent to the D&D or RPG or whatever it is, share it. We love them. Alrighty.
The thing I want to know, Owen, sorry.
Yeah.
Was it like realistically accurate D&D? Or like did they have to only move 30 feet and then stop? How rule driven was this?
I'll ask some follow-up questions and I'll get back to you next week. I don't know. Oh, we've got from chat. First time I went LARPing, a dude got intense and shield bashed me and broke my glass. This is what I'm talking about.
Oh.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Val Nalo. Did you get nailed, Val Nalo?
No.
Really sorry about that, man. That sucks. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's those stories that make me really cautious to try LARPing. Because, like, look at me. I'm not very strong. I'm not very fit. If someone wants to bash me with a sword or a shield, I'm going to get bashed. It's just going to happen. There's nothing I can do about it.
Anyway.
It was a blast, though. Okay. Balances out. I'll have to keep that in mind. Maybe I should give it a try. It's all about self-belief. I don't think it is that. Manifest your destiny. I'll try. As a nihilist, I don't believe in manifestation, destiny, or belief. So I'll give it a go. I'll give it a shot. Alrighty. Let me read a quick recap from our session 0, and it's not going to be so much of a recap, more an introduction to the adventure to get us all into it. I wanted to set it so that if you didn't want to watch the session 0, if you wanted to jump in at session 1, you absolutely could. So let me read that and get us into the zone for Return of the Giants. I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's do this. The Tempest Adventuring Guild, a name now legendary across the lands of Nostea. 4 weeks ago, the city of Palin was attacked by a powerful magical force. A sinister cult, set on bringing an evil betrayer god, Tiamat, into the world, had launched an assault against the city. But just as all hope seemed lost, and the portal to Tiamat's prison had opened, a band of heroes were able to intervene. In the process of stopping the cult, however, ancient giant magic was reawakened, and all across Nostea, machinery which had lain dormant for thousands of years begun to power on. The giants, a race long thought lost, had returned. But this arrival had been tainted. King Mjorn of the Storm Giants, leader of the Althing, the giant council of 6, gave his life to defeat Tiamat and ensure his people returned home. Without their ruler, the 6 giant clans have descended into chaos upon arrival, each sure of their own way and right to rule. And with the giant lands having been occupied by the other races of Nostea for generations now, tensions are high, and the world seems poised on the brink. All of our lovely players and our characters were contacted by Mira, one of the heroes who helped save the city of Palin and founding member of the Tempest Adventuring Guild. Whether by direct contact, happenstance by bumping into an existing member, or whether they just were in the right place at the right time, these 5 adventurers have been brought together to interview for the position of newest team member. a brand new team set up by the Adventuring Guild to help handle a lot of the new problems that the world is now facing. Each of our 5 characters met and went through the interview process and was deemed not only worthy but perfectly suited for the role of Tempest Adventurer. What we're going to do is really quickly, each of you is going to go through your character, just quickly describe who you're playing, what they look like, and a very brief description of how they got to this location. We'll kind of summarize the last session really quickly. We'll start with Lyra, because yours is probably the easiest.
Hi, I'm Ali. I'm playing Lyra, the Eladrin Druid, and yes, it's she looks. If you watched the last session, she looks very similar to how she used to. She's still got the giant long shock of wavy red hair and fair skin, just covered in an absolute constellation of freckles. She is, though, a fair bit shorter than she used to be now. She is now only about 5 foot tall after a miscommunication happened when she was making her new body. And she's also covered in these strange, chitinous, mushroom-like plates, just sort of growing out of her body. Doesn't seem to be causing too much discomfort, but definitely something strange going on.
Very nice, thank you. Well, we'll go in order along the bottom of the overlay. Jared.
Oh, well, hey everyone, I'm Jared. I'm playing the character of Krasus. He's an Astral elf wizard, so we're doing a bit of magic and stuff like that. Looking forward to that. He's sort of the Astral elves have like a bluish greyish tinge to their skin, more on the grey side. He has luminescent sort of blue eyes. Sort of long white grey hair, and he's wearing these like flowing robes that are sort of lined with sort of would you say, Owen, like sort of like an armor sort of inbuilt into them a little bit?
There's these patches of silvery armor. I mean, obviously, Krasus, you would know that this is Electrum that's been designed and put along the armor, because it's a very important spell conducting force. So when you're up in the floating city of Volus, the flying city of Volus, because the gravity is a little bit lower there, there are some magnets along the walls, electromagnets, that the armor helps align to and actually allow you to push yourself through the ship quite easily.
Well, there you go. So I have that throughout, and there's also, and I also have a cloak that sort of has, it almost looks like it's been taken from a part of the galaxy, like stars sort of go through it, and some all different shapes and hues and colors. So that's pretty much Krasus.
Brilliant. Next up is Matt.
Hey. So I'm Matt.
Don't you mean?
Thank you. I'm Matt. I'm playing Niles, the Owlin monk. Very much, a humanoid owl, dressed in sort of exotic silken sort of robes, very flowing robes. With motifs very reminiscent of yin yang, that sort of design. And Niles just is a sort of a grey, white, black sort of coloration in his feathers, has 2 very big, striking yellow eyes, which may seem a little bit intimidating perhaps to other people, since he isn't really in the habit of blinking much. He also does have these 2 large protruding feathers that sort of come up from the top of his head in almost like a V shape, which are kind of like sort of recognizable facial features. Niles is also a servant for House Silverwind, on the job to sort of further the Silverwind name and sort of scout out the city here to see if there was any sort of business that could be made in the city. But also doubly a big fan of the Tempest Guild, and some might say a bit of a super fan, and very excited now to be included as one of their members, and is very excited to see where the adventure will take him.
Yeah, Niles was more of a happenstance or destiny membership, bumping into Lyra in the marketplace during our session 0, where we were coming up with shared history, bumping into Lyra, coming back to sort of see the guild hall, and then impressing Azure with his kata that he did, the monk moves to help show off his exercise, and essentially being recruited and told that like clearly it was his destiny to be here on this day. And brilliant. Alrighty, Michael.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm playing Tetra Knight, the Circle of Stars Druid. She is a Earth Genasi, or a Crystal Genasi, as it turns out, with dark skin and long flowing robes and bits of crystal that seem to have grown out of her body. Sort of crystalline hair. And she hasn't been awake for terribly long. She's only just been found and uncovered inside a large geode that appears to have landed or appeared in the cave. So she's joined the Tempest Guild just sort of to follow for the magic that she's experiencing and able to use.
Very nice. And Claire.
Yes. Hello, I'm Claire. I'm playing Nauthiz, or Now, as they're known as now. They are a race created by Owen, which we've just updated. They're a Stoneforged fighter. And their story is that they were also asleep for an extremely long time, and about, I don't know, a month ago, something woke up not only Nauthiz, but also their troop deep in the mountains of the dwarven fortresses. The dwarves weren't too happy about this and sought to rectify it, but now managed to escape and try and find Lockie, one of the other giant forged members of the Tempest Guild. And with Lockie, they kind of found a little bit more about themselves and found a little bit of identity with the Tempest Guild as like a helper. And now they're joining a team, which makes them very happy.
Exactly right. Well, we actually left off last session. It's funny, we kind of did the present at the beginning of last session, and then we moved into the past to bring all of you together, and then we're now actually going to be jumping back to the present again with the beginning of this episode. So we're going to be jumping into the sitting room of the Night Hall, the opulent 3-story manor house with a tower that's been attached to it rather hastily, that is the location which the Tempest Adventuring Guild operate out of. You're brought in, seated down. We went through this last session, but I'll do it really quickly again now. You're brought in, seated down by Mira, introduced to one another. She goes through the questions, gets a bit of an understanding about who you are and your backstory. And then we jump back in as she sort of nods and goes, "Yes, well, I think you would all be perfect for the role that we have in mind. Lyra, it's so nice that you have a team once again. Everyone, Lyra really likes mushrooms."
I mean, they're really cool. I mean, who wouldn't like mushrooms? I guess.
I don't mean to pry, but you finally have a team again. What happened to the last one? As I do look a bit more nervous because I'm really
no.
I don't have the context.
They were all still fine and alive and stuff. I kind of died, and then someone else got my body, and so I was just kind of drifting around as a soul for a bit. And so yeah, I have a new team in the sense that I am no longer a soul that is drifting around and relatively aimless.
I definitely have not lost my look of. I'm still surprised.
Mira steps in and goes, Lyra used to run with our team, but when she was on the receiving end of some rather strange magic, Shana, her twin soul, had to take over for a bit. But now that we have Lyra back, she's very keen to help out, and we thought a new group to stay with and work with would be perfect for her.
Oh, yes, that sounds perfect. Glad that got clarified. I look at Lyra. I definitely am interested in your mushrooms that tend to grow off you by the looks of it. I myself have a bit of an interest in herbalism and alchemy. So that is definitely something I would like to, I definitely would like to learn about some of that.
And if you do decide to sell any, Lyra, I'm willing to buy them.
Well, I was actually thinking about that. I mean, like, as we're traveling around, I do a fair bit of herbalism and alchemy myself, depending on the day and what kind of sleep I had. But, I don't know, maybe we have some spare time. We can, cut some of these mushrooms off and see what happens.
That'd be wild.
It just doesn't hurt. I mean, it's, it doesn't have, like, herb cells or anything. And she sort of, just pokes at one with, like, a dagger or something. So,
I wouldn't want to cause you any pain, unnecessary pain. That would be awful.
No pain. Legit, it doesn't matter. Feel a thing. Like, it's, I think it's kind of like hair.
As you rip one of these off, there's this excruciating... No.
The mushroom starts screaming.
Yeah. You can hear the song of the myconids deep beneath the earth turn violent. No, it happens. What I was hoping was that we could get together a team of wonderfully skilled individuals, and it seems we have found one. That's so exciting. So I'm thinking now that perhaps we could go through the brief of what we need. There will be many tasks that you will serve as part of the membership of the Tempest Guild, and I have badges for each of you. And Mira reaches into a knapsack and pulls out these essentially like metal shields engraved with the symbol of the Tempest Guild, the lightning bolt. In fact, I'm going to retcon that, sorry. The badges are in the shape of a lightning bolt, carved out of metal, like cast in the shape of a lightning bolt. And it just has a big letter T on it for Tempest.
Oh,
yeah. These are your membership badges. Let me pass them out to each of you. You could affix them to a cloak or a bag or somewhere else.
I've already skewered it through a bit of mushroom that's like on my chest or something.
you just. Can I get you to roll me a sleight of hand check in case you accidentally give yourself a nipple piercing?
Did you guys
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Did you guys hear the screaming again?
I'm kidding. You don't have to. Oh dear lord. You affix it onto a piece of mushroom, Lyra?
Yeah, she's just like, it's just like it's like a corkboard. Same way that you sort of can stick some like decorative pins in the corkboard as you walk past. It's just gone.
Will that not fall out, Lyra?
It may. I'll keep an eye on it, I guess.
Oh, Nauthiz, I realize that you might need one with a slightly larger spike at the back. I have one prepared.
Oh, we have an item of clothing now, and they'll hold up their like really long traveler cloak. It's the only thing that they have actually.
Wait, have you been naked this whole time?
No,
well, yeah.
Well, technically, yeah. So when you look at Nauthiz is made of stone. It's carved from stone. All of the armor and clothing is carved into the same stone. So it looks like Nauthiz has been carved fully clothed from
like
stone.
An actual statue. Yeah.
Like a warrior, basically.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yep.
But they're very excited because they've got this cloak. Yeah. No. I think it will go right there.
Yes, it does look wonderful there. So here is what I am thinking and what I have approached each of you for. As you are no doubt aware, after the return of the Giants, roll credits, after the return of the Giants to Nostea. He said the name of the thing.
He did the thing.
That was unintentional. I don't know why. What's the roll credits for? Oh, that's from Cinema Sins. I really like Cinema Sins. I don't know if it shows. He said the thing. After the return of the Giants to Nostea, there has been a bit of upheaval. I'm sure you've noticed. Unfortunately, with the Giants no longer obeying the will of the council, of the All Thing, each of the clans has now approached things a little bit differently. Loki has been working hard with the Storm Giant, Sinmare, trying to restore some semblance of order, but it has met with some friction.
Oh.
The Hill Giants, the clan of the Hill Giants, is the first that we are going to need to investigate. Because there are 6 clans, we are spread a little thin. The other team that we hired to investigate a town, Dowerbridge, to the north, has gone missing. We will be looking into where they might be. Perhaps it was a more challenging task than they originally suspected. But what we need is for someone to go and follow where the Hill Giants have travelled. If you head to the north, some of the intelligence that we have received from Loki indicates that the Hill Giants took their flying fort over in the north western direction, following the coast. They originally had their lands on a large hillock down in the area there, but unfortunately it is now the site of a town, Laspire. I was hoping you could head to the town, ensure all is well, and if you can, try and make contact with the Hill Giants.
Do we know anyone that may have previously known the Hill Giants? Like, can we name drop someone? Be like, oh hey, so and so totally sent us. Please don't kill us.
Unfortunately, name-dropping Sinmare won't get you very far. She's not as respected as her father was, always seen as more of a tinkerer than a leader, and Queen Chimere has sequestered herself in grief for the loss of her husband. Unfortunately, the giant clans have all turned against one another. It is chaos. They are all vying for power and for control to become the new leader of the Althing, the leader of the Giant Council. Unfortunately, this has resulted in a lot of other folk being caught in the crossfire.
Is this mission kind of a avoid combat at all costs kind of thing? We're not trying to piss them off even more than they might already be, or is this if they shoot at us, we can shoot back at them?
That is a good question. I don't know the answer, sorry.
I think we should not go looking for combat, but if it meets us, I think we have to at least respond.
I'm hoping that a diplomatic solution can be reached, but I have been warned by Sinmare that the Hill Giants can be challenging to reason with.
Do we have a present to give them? Could we give them something nice?
Hill Giants, from what I understand, crave food above all else. They are gluttons. We have been working on some sort of prize that you could present to them. I believe Griswold has some more details. There is a spell he has infused into a stone. Hero's Feast. We are hoping that transporting food across the land when we don't know where they are could be rather difficult, so this seemed to be the easiest solution.
I did pack my cooking utensils, so I can perhaps whip up a meal for them if they need it.
Indeed. I wonder if your utensils might be a little small, Niles.
Okay, better.
Oh, I'll just cook a lot then. I'm used to cooking for the House Silverwind. I'm sure that the Hill Giants will
How many
enjoy
Hill
a
Giants
meal too from me?
How many Hill Giants are we sort of expecting to come into contact with?
Well, that is one of the complications I was going to say for the end. We know that the Hill Giants have fractured into 3 dominant groups. We believe that this main group, the most powerful group that we are hoping to try and bring back into the fold, we believe that they are currently being led by Ganglot. She is a rather formidable Hill Giant. In Hill Giant society, the biggest often is the leader, and, She's certainly rather large for a hill giant.
How large are we talking here?
I don't have exact measurements, but I believe when Loki communicated large, he gestured both vertically and horizontally.
Oh. Okay. That is rather good to know then.
Forgive me,
Indeed.
if there are losing my accent. No, if there's 3 different groups, and we go and give a feast to one of them, is that not likely to set the other ones get them angry?
Oh, well, our current plan is to hopefully contact all 3. It's just that contacting the larger, more powerful group first, hopefully will give them a look of legitimacy so that we can help the fractured problem deal with itself in a way. If the one group that is larger and stronger is seen to be favored, we are hoping that that will mean other giants will abandon these other leaders. Ganglot is technically the actual group leader. She was the representative of the hill giants at the Owl thing. The others are, in giant culture, seen as usurpers. To approach them with an offer might cause insult. It is tricky.
Do they take well to being butted up or bribed? Or do they kind of take offense at that? I mean, we could go in with all the flattery in the world, but, if they turns out they kind of hate that, then that'll really not work in our favor.
I would be cautious how you approach. The hill giants don't give much credence to words, more actions. That is why we're hoping walking up, presenting food, and then maybe showing a bit of strength might be the best way to go.
Also,
Sounds like a good plan.
what do they eat?
I asked Loki that question, and he said yes.
So pretty much anything then.
That would seem to be the message. Yes.
Well, that makes things a little bit easier then.
In the history books that we were able to find referencing the giants, there was mention of hill giants eating people.
Oh.
Oh. That is not good news. I'd rather like to remain not eaten. That would be preferable.
Well,
If we cover ourselves in spikes, would we be less appetizing? But that'd probably take too long. If we got like a bunch of spikes, like, I don't know, I'm imagining like if you had like these birds that would like constantly swooping you, you could like attach spiky things to you that would like scare them away. I mean, maybe it would work in the same way.
Perhaps you could get your mushrooms to grow more pointed, Lyra.
Oh, I have.
See?
Maybe you could just feed them the mushrooms.
I don't think I can make enough. By the sounds of it, they eat a fair bit more than I guess there are a few here, but probably not enough to feed a giant, not to mention many of them.
Oh, don't worry about it. We'll just wing it.
Where's my counter?
For podcast listeners who might not remember, Matt's playing a bird.
Don't worry, I've got a whole bunch lined up.
Well, that's good. Well, I just said before, you have to beat 81 points of damage is what I took last time.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna
Wait,
write.
81 points of throughout the whole campaign. Did you keep a track of that?
I did. Yeah.
I think mine is gonna be much better. Yeah. Mine's gonna be a lot higher than that.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Can I just say, though, it appears that there's a number of people in chat who are birds of a... Oh, fuck.
Nice.
I think you have to roll D4 now.
Nah, that was different. No. That was deliberate, obviously. Sorry, Claire.
Yeah.
That's 2. That's a total of 7 damage so far. How many can we get in a single session?
Nearly 1/8 of the way there, jeez.
Yeah, I know.
Second episode.
Not boding well for episode 1. Mira nods and smiles. Goes, yes. Well, as you can see, we need extraordinary people to take on this task, and you are them.
We are them.
We
are most definitely
them
going to try.
Indeed.
Yes. At some point, surely, I'm going to build up a resistance to laughing at that. Surely, right? Like, there's got to be some level of resistance that I can build mentally.
It'll be like Gandhi and Civ, like you just build this certain level of resistance, it just flips over to like negative resistance.
-1. No.
Is that why Gandhi in Civ 5 and Civ 6 was like always like shooting off nukes? Was because it was like an integer? Was it an integer overflow?
It was Civ 1.
Yes.
It comes from the original Civ.
Okay. I never knew why.
He was originally designed, I think it was like 1 or 0 or something, but then there was like a glitch where like if you unlocked a certain achievement, it would like reset the counter all the way back. So it would go to like the very like end, like the highest number possible. So he would become like ultra aggressive for no particular reason. And it just became like a running joke throughout all the Civs.
Because I know it's been a running, because I've only played Civ 4, 5, and 6, and so I knew there was a running joke. I didn't know the origin of it, but an integer overflow error makes perfect sense. Very funny.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
I always assumed it was like a programming error where they had like they'd accidentally entered a negative or a positive. I guess in a way that is kind of what it is. Like an integer overflow is just an accidental negative. Yeah, that's amazing. That's really funny. I never knew the origin of that. Thank you very much. I now know. That's my new fact for today. Mira nods and goes, now there are some things that we can provide you to help you on your journey. Horse and cart to help transport you to the city of Laspire. This is the very cart that we used to travel during our journeys towards the north before we got an air of decency. Now, we would love to take you on the airship, but unfortunately it is currently in Chiari. Shana had to run to do a delivery and pick up of some more wine from Bacchus.
I have heard your love of wine. Very well known. It makes perfect sense.
Oh, I actually don't drink very much of it, but it is quite popular, the draconic wine brewed in Chiari. I prefer a strong cup of tea.
Of course, yes. That I knew about you.
Meadowbrook Gold.
Nice.
I'll have to try that.
Only Yorkshire in this world, it's called Meadowbrook.
Makes sense.
Well, did you have any questions? Any things you needed to clarify about the mission?
Do we have a budget?
A budget?
A budget, yeah, for like, travel expenses. Like, I don't know if we need food or stops along the way or snacks.
That is a good point, Lyra. I did spend most of my spending money on getting these business cards sorted out.
Business cards?
Oh yes. I got these made up. I heard that you would appreciate that.
Now, my question is, have you included Tempest Guild member on your business card? Or have you not? Because if you... I need to know.
Ooh, I reckon Niles would have been that confident that he was going to get in that he would have done it.
And I think also like Niles just loved the idea of looking at that card and seeing Tempest member on it. Like I think it was like...
If he was going to spend big money on getting these cards done, he would have been like, I'm
make the card for the job you want, not the job you have, right?
Exactly. Yep.
And what does your business card look like again? What did we say it looks like?
So Niles has gone into the great effort of creating like almost like this this like filigreed silver feather with Niles Silverwind drawn on very like with a very calligraphic style, and then Tempest Guild member underneath, sort of flowing through this like this feather shape. Nice. It's basically been this silver foil has been like debossed into the card. The card itself's been cut out. Very, very painstakingly, I would imagine. I don't know if there are many machines that would be able to like die cut in this world, but there'd be a gnome artificer that you find. Sure.
If you head to the craftsman's district, you would have found a gnome artificer with no effort at all.
Amazing.
Who would have
I would've
immediately
just-
been like, you want a feather cutout? I've got a million different formats. Here you go."
Okay, sweet.
Stumbling around and pulls out about 4 or 5 different feathers. And
Amazing.
says, "Here you are."
Yeah. All right. Well, he would have got like a whole bunch of those made up, and we'd be very like proud of them.
Brilliant.
He'd be like very nervously being like, "Oh yes, I got this made up just for the occasion."
Fantastic. As Mira looks down and goes, "Oh, these are very nice. Oh, yes, you should be very proud. This is a lovely business card. I quite like collecting business cards."
Oh well, what an honor it is. Please take as many as you want. Oh wow, the Mira telling me that she loved my business cards. Oh.
She's just like,
But I'm getting ahead of myself. I do have questions. About how long of a journey is it to this Laspire?
Laspire.
Or Laspire. That's the one.
Laspire. Will probably take around 2 days along the main road.
Are the roads these days well policed? Don't want to get accosted by any ruffians in the way.
The main road should be fairly clear for most of the journey. There are some sections which are not as well protected. As you get further away from Oxenfurt, the guards tend to patrol a bit less diligently. But as you get closer to the individual towns along the way, there should be at least some presence of guards.
Very good.
This one also has a question.
Yes, now.
Who are we finding? Who are the other people we need to try and find?
You don't need to worry about the other team who were sent to check out Dower Bridge. That is something that I am looking into. That I will be focusing on, and Azure as well. That is our responsibility. You don't need to locate those missing adventurers. That was just a sneaky in-law plug for the Curse of Strahd campaign.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, if there are no other questions,
I don't think so.
We get eaten. Is that a problem?
do avoid that. I would hate for anything awful to happen to any of you, including consumption. Both
Yes,
types.
Tetra. I don't believe that would be very good.
Tetra, I also think you would probably give them really bad indigestion regardless.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think Nauthiz would give Tetra a bit of a run for her money.
Quite. The crystals are sharp and jagged, though, so...
Also, I
I
don't
a lot
know.
on the way out.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, that would hurt.
I don't know how to process that information.
Neither would the giant.
Well, if there was any equipment you need... Oh, sorry, Lyra, you asked about allowance for travelling costs. Completely forgot, sorry. Yes, when you get to the cart, you will find there is some gold in there to help fund your food and drink and stay along the road. We don't want you to be uncomfortable, and the guild... We've had times where we have been a bit... tight with our gold and platinum, but at the moment things are looking good. We are doing very well. So there is some gold in the party for you to in the gold in the cart for you to spend.
That is marvelous.
I believe it is about 60 gold. That should cover your journeys for at least a month or two on the road.
Assuming we don't spend it all the first night, but we'll put it with someone that's more safe keeping.
Was that 60 gold each or total?
Oh yes, 60 gold each, of course.
Ah. Sorry, I just needed to note to.
Is that a lot?
It's a good amount now.
Lyra's probably just got like dollar signs in her eyes or
Of
the
course.
equivalent gold of.
of course, any left over that you don't spend on the journey, and whatever you spend on the journey, if there are things that you need to get, maybe ingredients, maybe potions, things like that, feel free to spend that money on those things as well. Anything that might help, please. DM in David Attenborough. I can DM as David Attenborough.
Whoops, sorry.
No. All good, carry on.
Now these has got the gold in their hands and is like just staring at it. It's like
you could find a number of items in the marketplaces. Such an eclectic mix of weapons and armors, all on display for adventurers who might wish to use them.
Oh,
That was amazing.
hell yeah.
Wow.
Now,
Damn it, I
do you
proved
have
Brie
a-
right. I didn't want to prove Brie right, but I guess I was bullied into it. It doesn't count.
Really counts.
Any other questions that you wanted to ask?
Does Nell have something to hold all the gold in? As far as I can see, they only really have the cloak. Are there pockets in that cloak? And Lyra, I think she's just wanting to make sure that now sort of someone's shown her at least it's this is where you put money.
That reminds me. Oh, I am such a scatterbrain sometimes. Professor Griswold, we commissioned him to create an item for you that we thought would be the most useful item to take with you. It's a group item, but one of you might want to carry it.
Don't
here.
tell me.
And she reaches in
Tell me.
and pulls out a small satchel marked with a lightning bolt down the center. And as she opens it up and reaches in, you watch as her hand disappears into the pouch far deeper than it should as she hands over a bag of holding. Yes. Griswold said that we discussed a few items that might be the most useful for your journey. We decided that this would be the most important magic item to assist in your travels.
Just like
Is
you
that bag
have
still
on your
full?
adventures. What an honor.
What was that, sorry,
I
Larry?
cut you off, Lyra.
No, what was that, sorry?
I was just gonna ask. The bag's not still full of stale pastries, is it?
Oh no, this isn't Jin's bag. He would not part with his bag. We would not have asked that of him. I think he
No, I didn't
think he's
so.
quite attached to his bag. No, this is a new one created by Professor Griswold. There is only one thing in this bag that I would like to show you. And as Mira tips the bag inside out, a whole bunch of confetti, as well as a sign saying "Welcome to the Tempest Guild," drops out and lands on the floor.
Nice.
Niles is ecstatic. He loves this. He's having the best time of his life. Just saying. Yeah. It's just varying levels of
Fair. On a scale of 1 to who, where are you at right now?
Niles is
I'm about a
Yeah. I think it goes without saying that when Niles is excited, he whoos a lot. Yeah.
Where's the tavern?
Niles is having a hoot.
He's having a hoot. Yeah, that's true.
I just want to see if Claire counts that as a pun.
No, I was waiting. Yeah.
I am thinking about it. It was very subtle.
The subtle one.
Was it subtle?
It doesn't pain me though.
Oh,
I just
okay.
feel the
I'll try
burn.
harder. Has anyone made a joke about being in denials yet?
Oh, that's pretty good.
All right.
Well, obviously, if you wanted to spend some of that gold on items, you could talk to our blacksmith, Howls Under the Earth. She would be more than happy to outfit you with any equipment if there were things that you specifically wanted. Otherwise, if you're looking for potions, I have a shop recommendation that I can send you to. Back at the guild hall, the League of Adventurers, there is a lovely gnome that you can buy some potions from.
Do you think some potions would be handy on our adventure?
Yes, well, this will be a good chance for you to see the League headquarters. This is where we started as a minor guild with the League before we became our own.
Following in your footsteps. How poetic.
Well, please don't hesitate to contact me or any of the other guild members if there's anything you need. Azure will be around a fair bit of the time. I think
be able to find him most days here. Otherwise, when Lockie and Shana return, you can obviously go to them for any things that you might need. Yes, Niles.
That just sparked a question. If we are on the road and we need to contact you, is there any way that we can do that, or how is best to contact you when we're on the road?
I was going to save this as a surprise for when you got into the wagon, but there is a device in there that allows you to speak to us.
Oh, wow. How fascinating.
Well, wonderful. I think that should be all.
I think we can go with that.
Excellent. Well, please, welcome and congratulations on being part of the team, and have a safe trip, and make sure to report back regularly.
Oh, we will. Miss Mira. We will do that.
With that, Mira gives a bow, picks up her cup of tea, finishes the last little bit, places it down on the sideboard, before giving each of you a bit of a nod and a smile, her draconic face splitting open into a smile. I probably should have described Mira for people who are just joining us. Mira is a dragonborn, half silver, half red, dressed in long flowing blue robes marked with fur hide. And as she gives a smile and a nod to each of you, she then begins heading back upstairs, moving out of the opulent sitting room where you've started, and heading into a room beyond. With that, I pass over to all of you guys. What would you like to do? If there's any shopping that you wanted to get done, now might be a good time to do that. If there's any items that you wanted from the blacksmith, there is a designated blacksmith attached to the guild hall, attached to the night hall, housed under the earth, the tabaxi. Otherwise, if you wanted to head to the League of Adventurers, get some potions, or anything else in the city, remember Oxenfurt is a merchant trading hub, the merchant city for the Empire, the Ocean Empire. So anything you want will probably be found here for a price.
Yes. I'm keen to buy as much as I can.
Ooh.
These clothes I've got here are nice, but I think I need something a little bit more protective in case I get eaten.
Seems highly likely.
I don't know why I was expecting to hear you say seems highly unlikely, but that's what I was expecting. And then
based on what Mira said, the giants have a voracious appetite. We'll do our best to not let that happen, of course. But
not to be rude, but Niles, I think the giants would probably be. And I look around a little bit awkwardly. Probably eat you first.
Oh,
chicken is a much loved,
How dare you compare me to such common creature?
I didn't mean it like that, but to a hill giant, I don't think they would notice the difference.
Oh, I'm just all feathers. There's no meat here. I don't think they'll have much of a case for me.
Just to be safe, we just get some extra spikes and we'll just stick them on just in case.
You're going to turn us all into porcupines?
It works for the porcupines.
That is true. That is a good line of thinking there, Lyra.
This would take days to get this sort of spikes. We're leaving today.
I probably could have figured this out ahead of time, but live and learn.
In any case, I'm in no need of any type of weapon. I have the weapons right here.
I am the weapon.
I am a weapon. But perhaps some magical potions would be good, in case anyone runs afoul on the road.
Krasus doesn't laugh. Krasus doesn't laugh at much jokes.
I absolutely laugh. Lyra is just cackling away.
We're up to 12 damage by now. That's just over 10%, and we are not even 10% of the way through the first episode.
Oh, sorry. Wow. Okay.
Apology not accepted.
That's fine.
The idea of spikes is not terribly unwarranted. Tetra will bend down and press her hand to. Is there dirt around here, or is it all paved?
Inside because you're currently inside the guild hall. The sitting room. I mean, polished wood floors, a beautiful woven rug, probably from Chiari. Now that you look at it a little bit closer, you can see that the rug has these flowing draconic shapes weaving through the pattern on the rug. Very lovely plush leather armchairs that you're sitting in. No dirt in here. This place is kept. Oh, actually, no, that's not true. There are some pot plants. Lockie, as you can reach over to a pot plant and pick up some dirt.
I'm sorry, what? What did you say?
There's some pot plants. Lockie could.
Oh yeah, you said Lockie.
Oh no!
Yeah. So
Tetra.
she'll take a handful of the dirt.
Shit.
And like, as it sits in her hand, it sort of just starts to interact with the magnetic field and form itself into a spike, which she'll then stick on herself.
Yes!
I mean,
That is the way!
it's a beginning.
This is the way.
Who's been watching The Mandalorian? Can I figure it out? It's a hard quiz. Let's quiz hard.
Look, come on, seriously, when it comes to being eaten, you are not going to be eaten first because of that sharp spike.
Sure. Yeah, alright.
Let's just try and avoid being eaten then. Don't want our adventure to come ashore.
We still like the idea of some potions, though.
Yes. I think we should visit that gnome fellow that Mira mentioned. In the League Hall. Was that where it was? Yes, I believe it was.
So a few people want to get potions. I think Tetra wants to get armor, by the sounds of it. And I want to get a herbalism kit and a alchemist supplies.
Alrighty, perfect. So, who would like to travel with who?
I'm also going to be after some supplies in the kit way.
So it sounds like Tetra, Lyra, and myself are probably going roughly in the same direction to the market more. And you,
Yeah.
and if you guys want to get potions, then it's the League Hall.
Yeah,
Let's
I think
do-
Nauthiz and Niles are probably going to go get potions.
Should we do Tetra first? Because Tetra's going by herself. So should we do Tetra first, going and getting some armor?
I thought we'd all go to like the market together. But
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'd probably go in with her.
Yeah, cool. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's do Tetra, Krasus, and Lyra heading to the markets.
Yep.
Brilliant. Let's
Just
do the
before we start buying stuff,
Yes.
if I can, I'm just gonna ask the other PCs what tools / kits that they have on them / that they're intending on buying, because I'm gonna try and make sure that we have a mostly covered set of bases, holding.
Well, Niles did mention this already, but he did mention that he has cook's utensils, being from more of a servant sort of background. He has that ready to go.
And
I,
I've got the mason's
sorry.
tools.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
That makes sense.
Yep.
so that you can repair yourself. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Any other tools?
Yeah, I was looking at doing herbalism and alchemy, so then I could obviously get plants and turn to potions and sell them, and actually have a little
Side hustle.
side hustle to make some gold. And also, I knew that having Lyra, I didn't know if you were going to go down any of that route, but I was 100% willing to maybe talk about growing some mushrooms and other things, and
The other cool thing is that if we get to the point where we decide that we need someone with a particular specified skill set, I can usually just sleep on it, and then some random ass mushroom magic kind of happens, and then suddenly I can do it. And so if we have all the things on us, then at least we're at least 24 hours away from having a proficiency in said thing. Like today, I can play bagpipes, but only today.
that's the elven trance thing, isn't it?
Yeah, the Eladrin.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I can also do that, yeah. But I think I'll just leave it.
I'm worried I've been
I'll let you
pronouncing
be the- I'll let
Eladrin
you be the
Eladrin
jack
wrong
of all
this whole
trades.
time. Is it Eladrin or Eladrin?
I think it's Eladrin.
I have no idea whatsoever.
I think it's Eladrin.
I like that.
It's Eladrin.
I think it's Eladrin.
It's Eladrin.
I prefer-
Because there's an A in it. That's why.
But it's
But
ALA.
but it also works with what Ali's saying. Ali's also like that's a legitimate pronunciation based on the spelling.
Yeah, it is. It's cool. I liked it when you said it last time. I was like,
True. Yeah.
I don't even remember the 2 different ways of pronouncing it now.
Eladrin or Eldarin is what you said before.
Eladrin. Yeah.
Eladrin.
Eladrin.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
I think I just enunciate the lad, so that's why I'm like Eladrin.
Lad. She's a
I think,
lad.
everyone, I think
A
most
lad.
people do. I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know if that. Okay. It might come from. Okay, it might come from actually a word. It turns out. It might come from Old Gaelic. Eladrin is actually. We've all been saying it wrong. It's Eladrin.
Oh.
No.
Eladrin.
Eladrin.
Excuse me in my convict accent.
My convict accent. Just because I was shipped off to the colonies with no education or for stealing an apple. Or at least my great granddaddy was. Yeah, Eladrin is apparently. So we've all been wrong, according to the. For a whole 105 episodes.
So, because we got it's fun to use the kits in,
Yeah.
you know,
Eladrin,
how we use them.
Eladrin. Yeah. That's amazing that you just got like proficiency in bagpipes one day and then not again. I also like how you're retexturing it rather than being like a fey feature. It's just like you sniff the spores from a mushroom and you're like, yeah, I know how to do this now. It kind of feels like if you ever
very
roll poorly.
fey.
Yeah. If you ever roll poorly, you think you're doing amazing. Like always, you're going to think you're doing a great job. But whenever you roll like under a 10, I'm going to say like Lyra, you're doing the best job ever, and everyone else, this is what you hear or see.
I think we did do that.
I love that. That's very cool.
Because like Lyra's mushroom trip is just like, yeah, you can play the bagpipes, and she's really going.
So it just sounds like normal bagpipes.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I love it. Brilliant. Okay, so as Lyra, Krasus, and Tetra head down towards the market, we'll deal with the 3 of you first as you split the party. I'm sure there'll be nothing bad. No, I'm kidding. As the 3 of you head down towards the markets, I'm assuming you're heading towards the sea docks rather than the airship docks, just because you're looking for items like that are to be purchased. That's probably the more popular marketplace, whereas the airship docks tend to be goods being traded between the sky cities, floating cities, and the Empire of Oceania. As you make your way down towards the docks, Lyra, your second day in a row heading down towards the docks as you lead the others through the streets. Very, very quickly, as you pass through the main thoroughfares, there are so many people. Oxenfurt has always been a busy city, but for those of you who might not be familiar or might not have spent a lot of time here, it probably is still a little bit overwhelming, that experience of stepping out into this crowded city. The noise of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people talking all at once assails your ears. The smells of spices, meats, cooking, and strange animal smells as well assail your nostrils. The colours and the number of people pushing through assails your eyes. All of your senses are just bombarded by the sheer life that exists around the market docks in Oxenfurt. As you pass through many of the stalls, you see a number that supply food, some of it fresh, some of it already preserved and packaged, ready to be taken on long journeys. Obviously, a number of sailors come and restock here for long voyages. There's many provisions ready for long voyages, preserved and salted or wrapped in leaves, or even some preserved with magic. At the upper end of the docks, you find a glass case with frost crackling around the outside of it. As you can see, these brilliant looking stakes inside. And you can see above the glass this very pale blue-white gemstone, maybe an aquamarine or an ozurite, crackling with frost and powering this ice magic, keeping everything inside frozen and preserved, and a very proud-looking wizard going, "Yes, you want to keep your food fresh for long journeys? You need to get the arcane frost lance," as he gestures around this like very small gemstone slowly leaking ice onto the tray below. There's also a number of places selling armor. Lockie, you'd see that heading down towards the edge of the docks. Lockie, I'm doing it again. Tetra, heading down towards the edge of the docks. At least I caught it that time. Tetra, heading down towards the docks, only because of your facial expression. Heading down towards the docks, you can see a number of ships that have their wares and display set up on the deck of the ship, with gangplanks and ropes set down to help people on and off the ships, not even bothering to pay the permit for the market stall, just selling directly from the ship deck. A group of half-orcs, or I should say Maloran orcs, selling beautiful-looking armors, but very mismatched, as if taken from all various places across the world. You can see that they've paired a very well-made dwarven iron helmet with what looks to be some sort of like hide armor, but made of a bear skin. Very sort of strange, and it looks like they've kind of paired random armors together that just look as cool as possible. And they've just paired all these, and they're showing them off, going, "You want a good deal? You need to get yourself a proper bearing." And they're like gesturing to the armor set and having a bit of a laugh and guffaw around themselves as they show off these armor sets. Potion ingredients, Lyra, you know exactly where to go. You just push through the crowds. You already have a merchant who you go to for alchemy and potion ingredients. You've been in the city for a number of months now. As you
got the elbows up as I'm getting through, making sure people haven't got lost.
I say number of months. Actually, technically, you've only been here 4 weeks. But still, yeah, you push your way through, you get to the merchant. So the person who you go to for your potion ingredients, maybe we should do you first really quickly, and then we'll deal with these guys, because I don't know who they're going to want to go to. As I said, there's so many merchants. But yeah, Lyra, as you push forward through to your favourite merchant, you can see that she is a goblin woman, probably in her... If she was a human, she'd be in her late 30s. You can see that she has pale green skin, slicked back black hair, tied into this really intricate braid that travels all the way down across her shoulder, down towards her waist, and is actually tied into her belt. She is currently wearing a pair of massive glass goggles that magnify her eyes about 3-fold, as she is bending over what looks to be some sort of crucible, a Bunsen burner underneath, spewing flame from a red gemstone providing the heat source, as she stares at this crucible really intently. And as you step up and have a bit of a closer look, she sort of glances up and goes,
"Oh, Lyra, I'll be with you in just a second." Very carefully add a drop of poof
as the crucible explodes into flame, and she is thrown backwards, landing onto her back. Around you, there's this sudden bubble of quiet as everyone turns to look at this mushroom cloud of black smoke forming above the crucible, which then forms into the shape of a skull. As she sits up and looks, this goblin woman goes,
"Oh, that was a success, wasn't it? Must be very poisonous.
That's the best one yet.
If it makes a cloud shaped like a skull, this must be my most potent poison yet." Oh.
You see how much it cleared the space and the area.
With the words of potent poison, very quickly a physical bubble emerges around you as well, as a number of the patrons of nearby stalls sort of shuffle away as quickly as they can, clearing a bit of a space around you. You would know this goblin's name is Khan, Kaan.
Well, what can I interest you in today, Lyra? What alchemical reagents are you looking to experiment with?
Well, I mean, I've got nothing specific. I mean, unless you're looking for a top-up of some mushrooms before we go. We're actually, these are my friends, by the way. But we're about to go out on an adventure, and I asked a lot of them were looking for some potion ingredients, and so I brought them.
I wave, but I definitely am like part of the bubble that moved.
Oh, please, I'm sure it's fine. We're in a large enough space that anything toxic would have dissipated into the upper atmosphere. Please come closer. Let me have a look at you.
Have a quick look around to see what other people are doing, and I
no one's coming closer.
Cautiously step forward.
As she pops up the eyeglasses, she goes,
"Oh, hello there. Welcome. Any friend of Lyra's is a friend of mine. I'm Khan."
Lovely to meet you, I'm Krasus.
"Krasus?
Tetra. Well, you're looking for items of alchemical value, potion ingredients. I have some potions as well."
That I am. I'm a bit of a budgeting, I wouldn't mind getting into the bit of herbalism and alchemy, so I was hoping to pick up some of the things that would allow me to start getting into that field.
Oh, you're looking for a little tool or kit to get started?
Precisely, yes.
I could throw something together for you. There's a number of different supplies that I could have here that I have in bulk. I recently got a very good deal with some merchants from from Balmia. The dwarves, the glass blowers there are unparalleled. I have a number of alchemical supplies. Sorry, I digress. Is there anything in particular you're after?
So literally like the alchemist supplies, which is the gear, and the herbalism kit, which is the gear.
Yep, absolutely. Well, alchemist supplies would normally set you back about 50 gold pieces. Herbalism kits would normally set you back about, let me have a bit of a look here. 5 gold pieces.
Aha, perfect. Yes, well, I'd like to take both. Do I get like a 2-for-1 discount or something because I'm buying them both?
You may have a loyal customer discount because Lyra here has been providing me with the most fascinating fungi, and she has been a very loyal customer for some time now. And I feel like we've become...
a whole 4 weeks.
4 weeks? Has it already been 4 weeks? Oh, I feel like we are such firm friends already. I think we can offer you a discount. Why don't I throw in the herbalism kit for free?
Perfect.
And in fact,
sounds
I will
great.
double it. I will give you 2 batches. The herbalism kit will contain double what you need.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that greatly. Thank you.
I will be honest. Lyra, that last batch of purple and green spotted mushrooms you gave me, they were very poisonous.
The ones that were on the back of my neck. I did have a feeling that would be the case.
They were worth a lot more than what you think. Some assassin from the Black Hand paid me quite a bit of gold to acquire them.
She has like a bit of a feel, like see if there's like any more mushrooms like from that same spot.
Oh, I probably would not want to take any more from you here in the markets. I fear the guards might spot it and...
Oh, they put you on the watch list again, didn't they?
Not this time.
Wait. I look at Lyra and I just quickly like lean in. Is this a reputable source?
Yes, the most reputable. Everything that they make works.
Not illegal though? You said watch list.
We're in the middle of the public market, so how could they be illegal here?
My apologies. As I cautiously look around again.
It's the weakest defense I've ever heard. I love it. But I also love that it worked. Krasus is like, oh yes, in the sky city of Volus, you would not have such criminals operating brazenly in the marketplace.
Hey, look, he's intelligent. He's not wise.
That's true.
Charismatic.
They are the opposite then. He's got the
It's
intelligence to her wisdom.
It's quite logical reasoning, sir.
Brilliant. And what about you, my Earth Genasi friend? Can I get you anything?
Well, I was interested in maybe picking up some jeweling things, but that glass blowing sounds interesting.
Oh, yes, indeed. I do believe I have a glass blower's kit. Let me have a little bit of a look.
And you watch as she ducks below the edge of the bench and begins rifling around. There's a moment when you hear almost like the sound of something fizzing very slowly, followed by the oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, and then you hear this tss, and a hand slowly emerges and pulls up and she goes,
that was close.
and then pops back down again as her head disappears below. A few seconds later, she reaches up. Oh, sorry, you go.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how close?
You don't want to know, my dear.
She pops back below again.
You might need to buy some new pants from the tailor.
A few moments later, she emerges once more and places down a kit in front of you, Lockie. It's bound in what looks to be a leather case, almost like a long suitcase or a long instrument case. And as she unclips the clasp, and opens it up, you can see inside a number of tubes for glass blowing, metal tubes, metal rods made of this very chromatic iron. There's almost this like glint across it as you can see colors being reflected, as well as a number of molds and things like that to help shape the glass.
I do indeed. This is my last one, it seems. Well, I normally I would charge 30 gold pieces for such an item, but as I said, for a friend of Lyra's, I think we can give you a 5 gold discount.
Sorry, what was that, Ali? We didn't quite hear you.
Oh, she's Lyra's just sort of mouthing, just appreciation of the discount.
No. Lyra, you don't understand that mushroom. I made 30 gold pieces of it. You gave it to me for free. I feel like I owe you.
I mean, in that case, You don't also maybe happen to have a sneaky tinker kit or tools? I mean, while we're, bundling kits and everything.
I have one kit. It is my kit. I could give it to you, but it will cost a little bit. Some of the items in there are hard to replace. Normally a tinker's kit would cost 50 gold pieces. I think I can do something a little bit better for you. Why don't I combine your glass blower's kit, which would be 30, and this kit, which would normally be 50? Rather than charging you 80, why don't I charge you 60 total? And that covers your debt, or covers my debt to you very nicely, and also gives me enough to purchase all the replacement tools that I need to do my job.
That's me. What about you, Tetra?
Sounds fair.
Wonderful. I do love it when a bargain can be struck. Well, here are your items.
And she pushes each of the kits across over the table to you. By this point, the crowd has started to move back in again. No immediate risk. No one's died in front of them. Normally that's enough for the Oxenfurt crowd to assume all is well.
Right. Well, Lyra, I assume that's 30 a person?
Oh, yours was much, much cheaper than than mine.
Oh, I don't mind. Wear it in.
If you insist, but
Oh.
well, I guess between a lot of us, I think we should be able to do a lot of really cool stuff with the different skills and kits and amazing
Matt.
stuff.
I agree. No, that we should. This would be perfect.
Well, is there anything else I can get you today?
Did anyone still want any potions?
I'm pretty much all done myself.
I think maybe we're good for this shop, but did anyone want armor? I remember some people
Please.
were mentioning. Could you maybe give us a recommendation? Point us in. Yeah, there's the place back at the guild hall, but I mean, there's always, you never know where, maybe there's some secret stuff that you never know about if you didn't ask.
I mean, those Valoran orcs look like they were giving some armor.
I would be honest, I don't know much about armor, but the Maloran orcs who have that set up on their ship, they seem very excited about their armor. Maybe that is a good sign? I do not know. I did not know much about armor, I will be honest.
All right, but I have very specific tastes.
That I am very aware of, Tetra.
Maybe something custom then. Perhaps you could head to the craftsman's bar and get something commissioned.
Okay. We'll see how we go.
Okay. Okay. Amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That was good. That was good, man.
Great.
I've done it.
great.
I've dropped it before at people. So.
Hey, Tella.
Oh,
Perfect
man.
timing.
Okay.
Great name, though. Classic.
My favorite.
Okay.
Well, if there's nothing else, I will get back to experimentation.
As the goblin merchant gives a smile, as Khan gives a big smile and then turns back around. Lyra, as you turn to go, you suddenly feel this hand against your shoulder as Khan's pulls up your hair and looks at the back of your neck and goes,
I was just checking to see.
Probably by the time I get back, though. I mean, unless I have to take it off and feed it to someone to try and kill them or something. I'll try and keep it safe for you.
You will have to tell me the results. The assassin from the Black Hand asked me exactly how the death would be, and I responded swift, but I did not know any more specifics.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even know if it's painful or not.
I could be excruciating.
Krasus, the way you guys are so casually talking about it, looks disturbed.
Yep, that's fair. Everyone should be.
You're welcome. Not crazy.
Krasus just backs away. He's okay. Yes. Alrighty, with that, the three of you begin heading toward. I should say, Tetra, did you want to go check out the armor from the Maloran orcs? Did you want to go get something commissioned? Did you want to talk to Howls under the earth?
She'll have a look at the armor, but she's going to have to look very carefully because when she goes over there and picks up the bear skin with the metal helmet ponk, sticks to her and just
Oh, nice. Okay, I like that. Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, as you head down away from the main market stalls set up in the center of the Oxenfurt Sea Dock markets and head onto the ship, the Maloran orcs immediately rush over. Oh, welcome to the ship. What do you need? And as you can see, this group all have very similar tattoos across their bodies, almost matching in a way. But subtly different across their left arm and back. But the right arm and chest and up towards the neck all have the same pattern. You can see that they've come from the city of Drifthaven. The floating city to north, that's actually etched across the right arm and onto the chest. You can see that they were fishermen for some time. They were involved in the fishing trade. There's a number of catches that you can see that they all made. You get the sense that these lot are either cousins or maybe a close-knit family, given that they've all worked on these things together. In fact, as one of them sort of turns around to talk to another customer, a rather sickly-looking half-elf, who is like counting his gold, going, "My master did not give me enough for this. You have to go lower." The orc's like, "I cannot go lower. It is worth so much more." You can see that on their back, there's actually tattoos of each of them on each other's backs. All of them have them together, like holding arms in like this embrace.
Is Jin in there?
Jin is not there on account of him not being a Maloran orc.
He's blood kin.
From this family, if you'd let me fucking finish.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
He's not a Maloran orc. He's a very naughty boy.
Yeah.
So fucking true.
Actually, it wouldn't even be Jin though. It'd be Swabby Seabeard.
Yeah,
Swabby, it's true to be Swabby Seabeard. Maybe one of them, as you like look across, has a tattoo of Swabby Seabeard on his like
an
pinky.
Easter egg as we pan across.
Yeah. As the Maloran orc who talks to you, who brings you across, you can see that he is probably one of the younger ones, maybe in his late 20s, early 30s. Dressed in this very traditional seafaring garb. You can see layers of cloth bound together with shells, some leaves and feathers actually bound into the patterns that he's wearing. Very colourful, very bright, very vibrant, but very loose hanging and very, you imagine, very cool in the hot weather, in the hot sun. Probably easily dries as well. It's actually more of a linen as you look at it. Welcome, what can I get you? What are you looking for? Looking for things of value, eh? Armor to protect yourself. You look like you could get squished very easy. As he looks towards Krasus. It's only because you're an elf. It's not because you look.
I know.
particularly
All I
squished.
say to him is, thanks, very sarcastically.
Well, who is buying the armor? Is it for all of you or just for some of you?
Well, my friends might want to join in as well, but I was wanting something to protect myself, but I can't really wear armor.
What do you mean you can't wear armor? What is this
I'm
nonsense?
metal armor.
He like reaches over, picks up the helmet, goes, "What are you?" And then as he gets closer with the helmet, trying to put it on, the metal armor like goes to head. He's like, "Oh, that's very interesting." Let me. As he pulls it off and places it back. Okay, we need to find something that is not made of metal. We have other items that could be good. What sort of style are you looking for? Are you looking for something light, something easy to move around in, something a little bit more protective? We have some armor that has been studded with carapace from the giant sea crab. That could provide some protection for you. Normal studded leather armor, I'm assuming, is not appropriate, eh?
No. It would cause problems. Something a little more sturdy might help.
A little bit more sturdy, something like a breastplate, but not made of metal.
Yes, but not super light and swishy, although I do like my light and swishy. Something a little bit more sturdy, just a little more sturdy.
Something like a chainmail, but not made of chain or mail.
A shirt.
I have the best protection for you. It is to stay inside.
Yeah, maybe.
You are giving me challenge. I like it. It is good. Gives me good challenge. Let me think. Maybe it sounds like you're looking for something like let's see, something like a scale mail or a half plate.
Oh no, that's too heavy.
Too heavy.
Medium-ish, not too heavy.
But the half plate and scale mail are medium armors.
Are they?
Yeah, they are.
They are. Yeah.
This is Owen
All
talking
played as
now.
heavy.
Yeah, I've never played D&D before.
Yeah, so the medium armors are hide, chain shirt, scale mail, breastplate, half plate. All of those are medium armors.
Yeah, hide's probably the way to go, isn't it? For a druid.
Yeah, you can't really wear anything else.
No,
I mean, like, unless you find
Can
scale
I-
mail that isn't.
So you're
Like
thinking. So would you, if you just as a this is a mechanics thing now as Owen the DM.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to do it in
Because-
character. I'm going to have you interpret this more law and order because he talks it through. I'm not going to do that.
Okay, all right. If we're just going to go straight full into mechanics, then I think hide would be good, but I think it's probably a little bit too less. I could squeeze another AC out if I go a bit higher.
Yeah. So
maybe half.
so the only reason you'd go hide over studded leather is because you're not proficient in
Yeah.
light armor, because studded leather and hide have the same base, but hide maxes out at a +2 on the dex mod.
Yeah.
Otherwise, chain shirt is 13 plus your dex mod, scale mail is 14 plus your dex mod, breastplate's the same, half plate's 15 plus your dex mod, but all of those are to a maximum of 2.
I think
Probably the breastplate is going to be the best for you because it's
It'd be
14.
hard though. I don't think we have the gold for it.
Yeah. So breastplate's actually scale mail might work. That's
I think
does give you disadvantage on stealth checks though.
it'd be 14 plus dex.
Yeah, 14 plus dex to a max of
Plus
2,
dex
and you
two.
get disadvantage on stealth. Whereas the breastplate, you don't get disadvantage.
Yeah, breastplate's
Yeah, stick with the
400
breastplate then.
gold.
But also remember, I've only got 30 gold here as well.
Yeah, breastplate's 400.
The breastplate's definitely like a
Yeah.
End
a
game
good
medium
aim.
armor.
That's a good one to aim for in the when we're a bit higher.
Yeah.
Got more gold.
Yeah.
Maybe hide's a good place to start for you. So hide armor's going to set you back 10 gold.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's-
All right. Yeah, I'll do that.
So hide will give you 12. Though actually, are you proficient in light armor?
I mean, like,
Yeah, I am.
I'll
Yeah.
Take
be
the
honest,
studded.
though,
Take the
I'll-
studded.
I'll say this though, like,
And
if he
medium.
wants scale mail, like Krasus would throw in gold to make up the difference.
That's a lot of
If
gold.
Lyra would
with
chip
that.
in too.
Sure, cool. I'm not
50 gold for the scale mail, but you do get disadvantage on stealth checks. Whereas if you go
Oh.
for the studded leather, 12 plus your dex mod, but no cap, and it's only 45 gold pieces,
Mhm.
and you could try and negotiate down. I'm sure.
Yeah. I'll get a shield later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might go that option.
Oh, if you want to go shields, they would. You could go hide armor and a shield. You could definitely talk to them about that. We sell all sorts of protective items. If you're looking for things like a shield as well to go along with your armor, we could offer a matching set.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Well, we have here. You look like a discerning lady. Am I right?
Of course.
We have something special for you. This is a special type of armor. Only those who stay on the sea often wear this. It is very rare to find landlubbers walking around with this, but you seem special. Plus, I think the color would suit your crystal color very nicely. Let me go get it. And as he disappears below the deck, you see the captain walk over, have a bit of a look at the young lad disappearing below deck. As he looks over to you, he goes, What did the young lad tell you he was going to get?
Something pretty. Something wonderful.
Oh, shit. The captain turns and walks away. A few seconds later, the young Maloran orc scrambles back onto deck holding what looks to be a large crab carapace, bright red. And as he lays it out, you can see that it is carapace armor made from a red crab and a shield made from the head of the crab that matches, and it's all this bright red color. The shoulder pads are the claws in half. It's like, and there's like the legs are arranged into like fake ribs down the central body. Wow. You like this is very special armor. We have not sold this to any other customer. Only special for you.
I'm going to inside check this guy.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I knew that was coming.
So, is he just fucking with us? Or me?
19. No. This lad may be keen and very eager to sell. This does seem like legitimate armor. He doesn't seem to be trying to, like, I will say, you get the sense that when he said, like, no other, we've not sold this to any other customer, we've saved it for you. I mean, that's bullshit. He had no idea you were coming. Clearly no one else has bought this. You don't get the sense it's because the armor's deficient in any way. You think it's just because the statement of walking around wearing a crab probably is a bit intense. I mean, people might look at you and think carcinizations occurred early. You look very much like a crab. Or cancerization, carcinization? Yeah, whatever that evolutionary trend is that everything evolves into a crab eventually. You get the sense that this is not the only hide armor they would have on the ship. By no stretch of the imagination. You get the sense they're trying to offload something maybe they've struggled to sell in the past.
You know, I'm not really feeling the orange. I'm sorry to say.
Oh, but this is a lovely red. It goes very nicely with your eyes.
Yeah, I mean...
I lean in quickly to Tetra and I go, "You're not going to buy that, are you? It's hideous."
You need to try it on. You need to try it on. You need to try it on. See if it suits you. You never know until you try it on. Say yes to the crab. It's like say yes to the dress, but...
Say yes to the dress.
Just a heads up, Ali, your NVIDIA broadcaster has lost your webcam, just so you know. She's back.
The sound.
Wearing red means you're confident. I mean, chat seems to think the crab armor's pretty cool. This definitely wasn't something I improvised on the spot for fun just to fuck with Michael. Crab people. Yes. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I mean, I don't want you to give in to peer pressure, Michael, but there's a lot of peer pressure and you should give in to peer pressure.
Fine.
No, you don't have to. I'm kidding. I feel bad. I never want to be a bully.
Wow, that was bluff.
What do you say? Do you want to try it on? It is pretty fantastic, no?
Alright, I'll try it. She'll try it on.
Oh yeah. Oh, I should put on crab rate. If it wasn't going to get this video and our YouTube channel demonetized, I would play crab rave right now. Boom, 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 boom. Fucking love crab rave. Great on Beat Saber. It's like a free wild shape. I mean, I just want to say that chat are really talking about the crab armor. I mean, you could be the talk of the town too with this crab armor. As you try it on, there's a faint smell, a fishy smell, as you put the armor on that permeates around you at all times. And as you try and like force some of your crystals that emerge through your shoulders through, it's a bit of a tight squeeze. At one point, you can hear the groaning from the chitin, and you worry that if you push any further, you might actually snap a bit of this shell. But you do manage to get it on. And as you turn around, you see the Maloran Orc is holding out a helmet that has the crab face like etched out for your face to fit in, and then the antennae still in position, like rising up about a meter from this thing. And as he holds it out and goes to like put it on your head, he seems very excited. It's just Tetra gingerly puts the helmet on, very gingerly. The Maloran Orc, this lad steps back and goes, "Oh, what a vision!"
I feel like if we weren't going to get eaten before, I definitely am now.
Wow.
That's a good point, actually.
That's a great point.
That's a good point.
You're going to pass up on this amazing armor, one-of-a-kind armor.
Do I feel anything different? Does it feel like just armor?
It's just hide armor.
Just hide armor.
Wait, you're not holding the shield, and we have a club that goes with it as well. He hands you the shield and then a giant crab claw stretched out to make a club. Oh no, it'd be like the flipper. You know how crabs have like the paddle at the back to help them swim? Like hands you that. Here's your club. Oh, you look amazing.
I smell.
This is the smell of a warrior. One who has vanquished many sea beasts.
No, it's the smell of something that's been washed up on shore and left there.
It is a little bit like that, but that is the smell of victory, is it not?
Victory for who?
Okay. I put the armor back now. Takes the armor off you, puts it away. Comes back with much more reasonable hide armors. There's a couple of different colors. You can see they're all made from similar creatures. Most of the designs are very muted, but and could be easily tailored to match in around your crystals. Any color you're after, Lockie, they would probably have. There's a number that are painted with various symbols of the wood elves over towards the far east of Oshia. You can see there's a number of like spiraling leaf patterns. There's a couple of ones that have been stained white, a few that have been stained with various shades of brown and grey and black, as well as a couple in various other muted colours. One that's a very light blue, marked with white swirling patterns of the ocean. As well as some that are just like your very classic hide armour.
No, I'll go for something a little bit.
The smell of victory for the merchant selling the piece. Yeah, that's the victory. There is a bet amongst the Maloran orcs. The one of them who can sell it gets their year's drinks paid for by the captain. Just a bit of like behind the scenes lore for you.
All right. Well, she'll search through and she'll find probably the light blue one, the light blue with the darker blue edges on it.
Yeah, brilliant. Yes, a very fine piece. And you're looking for a shield as well?
Yes.
Looking for anything in particular? Oh, not metal. So something maybe wood, or I will have a look. Heads back down below and emerges back with a number of wooden shields. Some of them painted, some of them unpainted. Very standard looking wooden shields, a couple of different sizes and shapes. Standard circular buckler, half tower shield, full tower shield, all the different options of shields.
Yeah, I think I'll go half tower.
Half tower? Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, all up that will come to 20 gold pieces, and it is a steal at that. Are you sure you don't want to take the crab armor? I could do it for 10. Crab armor and the shield. I will pay the other 10. You just can't tell any of my crew members that I paid the other 10.
I think I'll go with this one.
Okay.
I think this one's nice. But good luck.
Thank you. As you hand over the 20 gold pieces, he hands over the armor and the shield. As he turns towards Krasus and Lyra, he goes, "What about you? Crab armor? No? Okay, it was worth a try."
I mean, like, look, it does look good. As I look around awkwardly.
He's going to make an insight check. Nah, I'm kidding. He sort of sighs and goes, "One day one of us will sell it. I really hoped it would be me today. I owe the others a lot of money for drinks. And this would pay the dough back, but maybe another time."
Good luck.
I can't hear you, Ali. I think you might be muted. For podcast listeners, Ali just threw up her hands in disgust and mouthed, "What the fuck?" Just for those of you who don't know the visuals, oh, now she's like punching the keyboard. She's really getting angry about it. Like, you can see she's smiling, but there's like an anger there. Oh, wow, yeah, she's going for it. There's a, I've always said this. I reckon that like cheerful smile and innocent expression hides just a rage, a seething mass. Yeah, she's nodding. Yeah, I thought so. She's gesturing to all of her, which I imagine is how full of rage she is. It's up to here. She's shrugging. I guess that's right. Hopefully when Ali's mic works again. We'll be able... Oh man.
Turn it off and turn it back on again.
I reckon here we go. I reckon I can fix this. Just take control. Audio settings. I'm gonna specifically request the other microphone. Microphone and video broadcast. Oh, there aren't any other options. I can't specifically ask for any other that's so interesting. Normally I can request other microphones. I can for Jared. I can for everyone else. I can request specific inputs. That's so funny. Oh, well, never mind. As you wrap up your purchase and begin heading back towards the markets, we're going to jump over to our other lovely players. Now and Niles. The two of you make your way through the busy streets of Oxenfurt. Rather than heading in the westerly direction towards the coastline, towards the bustling marketplace, you instead head north down the main thoroughfare, passing a number of other businesses, a number of other shop fronts. You can see there are clothiers, a few restaurants that you pass by as well, before you arrive at the Guild Hall of the League of Adventurers. This massive, opulent building made of white marble, marked with green tapestries with the symbol of the League, this shield with a dragon's head on one side, a sword on the other, and underneath it says the League of Adventurers, Oxenfurt Chapter. As the two of you begin walking up the steps, heading inside, the light that's outside blinds you for a moment before you step in, and the shadows seem even darker until your eyes adjust, and inside you can see this long hallway filled with all different groups, all manner of adventurers preparing or coming back from journeys, cashing in rewards, bragging and discussing various achievements that they've made on previous tasks. And as they notice you, then notice the badge, a little hush falls across some of them as they whisper and point, and you hear snippets of conversation like, "Oh, that's the new team. I applied and I got such a lovely letter back from Mira. Maybe next time? Oh, maybe one day." As you guys pass through this almost like cloud of whispers following you as you pass down the hallway, noticing something's up, a woman steps out of an office, a half-elf. Auburn hair, greying on the sides, dressed in a very professional-looking business suit. Tan skin, you suspect probably half wood elf. As she steps out holding a clipboard, looks over at you, notices the symbol, and then immediately begins walking towards you, her boots clacking on the stone, cobblestones as she steps towards you. As she walks up and stands in front of you, she clears her throat softly. Tempest Adventuring Guild?
Why, yes. Yes, we are.
Well,
Now,
I see Mira has been a little bit... Sorry, let me get the voice right. I see Mira has been busy. I am Sylvia Whistlewood, curator of the Oxenfurt chapter of the League of Adventurers. Pleasure to meet you. She reaches out a hand to shake your hands.
Oh, what an honor. It's lovely to meet you.
Well,
This is my friend, Nauthiz.
Nauthiz? Nauthiz, lovely to meet you. Well, I understand that you are here with a message from Mira, correct? No, by your blank expressions, I was wrong. Apologies. I assumed that Mira would have an update for me on the situation with the giants, but it appears not yet. I imagine she's quite busy. Hopefully she can find time to send me a report eventually. She reaches down and begins scratching a note onto her clipboard.
We're actually on our way there in the north to see what's happening with the hill giants.
Oh, well, she said she was putting her best people on it. That is good to see that is the case. Well, if you have no report for me, I'd better get back to work. I'm a rather busy woman, but please, obviously, as a member of the guild, all of our comforts, all of our services are open to you. Please don't hesitate to come and contact me if you have anything that you need to ask. Otherwise, if you're looking for the various market halls, please head down the stairs to your left.
We shall do that. Thank you, Sylvia.
No problem at all.
Wonderful day.
Oh, you too. Well, lovely to meet you both.
Now, as she turns around and heads back, you suddenly see her pause as she looks up and goes,
No. Black Bulls, come back here this instant. You have not fulfilled your quota for this month.
As she begins chasing down a group of adventurers who rush through very, very quickly, trying to avoid her detection. As they drop down, you can see a Warforged, a Goliath, a monstrous-looking Leonin, accompanied by a small gnome who's riding on the back of the Leonin. As they stop, so as they're trying to sneak through, the gnome being like,
I don't think she's seen us, lads. If we just run, really run right now. I mean, she's not going to catch us.
And then as he says that and turns around, she's standing right there, and he's like, shit, we've been booked! Scatter! And he throws himself off the back of the Leonin and tries to run through the crowd before you see this spectral hand emerge, grab him, and drag him back towards Sylvia as she holds her hand up and cancels the spell, looks down and goes,
I think you'll find that the guild is rather more adept at catching you than you think. You have some dues you've yet to pay. Come with me to my office.
And as the hand grabs him and drags him towards the office, you see the rest of his comrades sort of look quite forlorn, and he goes, Avenge me!
Oh, don't be so dramatic. You just need to... Oh, for fuck's sake.
She drags him into the office. The rest of them turn to look at each other and go, I think he's going to be made to fill out forms. Oh, not forms. See them all overacting to the nth degree. Alrighty, well, we can't hear you, Ali. Try again.
It's still not working.
We can hear you!
Oh!
I don't know.
Sorry, podcast listeners. I realize I just shouted very loudly in your ears. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Hey!
Turn the volume down.
I could go like, hey! Like that. That works, right?
Nice.
For podcast listeners, I just threw myself backwards on my chair and screamed. So, as the two of you, as now and Niles begin heading down the stairs, you reach what looks to be almost like a cylindrical room, a circular room, with a number of stone outcroppings that have been carved away to form bench tops and pass-throughs. And within each one, you can see a number of different merchants offering different wares, offering different services. Some of them offering spell-casting components, paper. There's some that are offering armor, but you can see the price tags are enormous. Like there's a hide armor there that they're charging 20 gold pieces for, simply because it has the symbol of the green tabard of the League of Adventurers like marked on it, and it's been signed on the back by one of the members of the Heaven's Gate.
Oh wow!
Oh wow! Amazing.
You make your way towards a rather larger booth that is clearly set up with potions on display. You can see a number of red healing potions of different sizes and different intensities set up on a stand, as well as a couple of other potions of various types. One that shows a black roiling liquid that's moving under its own impetus inside the vial. You can see another one that looks like a blue, almost like a very light blue liquid with bubbles rising. But as the bubbles get to the top, they then begin sinking again. So this continual movement up and down. As you approach, you can see there is a bell marked with "Do Not Disturb" on it. But no one seems to be manning the potions booth.
All right, now these start collecting them.
Now? No, put those down. We haven't paid for them yet.
All of these, yes?
No,
all the potions.
we need to pay for them now. With the money that you got before.
Pay with money.
Yes.
Do we not keep the money? Protect the money?
No, but we need to. It's an exchange, see? We give the money, we get the potion. That's how this works.
We can't give away the money.
But then we won't get the potion now.
But I'm taking the potion now.
No, but now you don't understand. It's an exchange. It's a currency. If you take the potions without giving the money, we will all get in trouble. We don't want that.
From whom?
Me! And you see a gnome pop up from behind the desk. I was just waiting for the right time to jump in, and that seemed perfect.
No, that's cool.
You see a gnome pop up from behind the desk. She is a much older gnome, probably in her late 200s to 300s, judging by her wrinkled appearance. She's like collapsed in on herself. As she stands up and looks at now, she goes,
You know what I do to thieves? Especially thieves made of stone.
No.
Would you like to find out?
And she raises a hammer from behind the desk.
Oh. I raised my wimple from behind my back.
Oh, no, I think there's been a terrible misunderstanding here.
Yes, I'm sure there has been. Place the items back on the desk, please, love.
I don't believe my associate here has been, planet side, much longer than a month. Is that right now?
No. Yes. Now I'll put the potions back.
She's just getting used.
So
just getting used to the social norms. I'm trying to
understand that we exchange goods in exchange for not getting hurt.
Not quite. It's sort of.
You seem quite protective of your gold.
Yes.
I'm quite protective of my potions.
Okay.
You have gold. I have potions. I want gold. You want potions. I can trade so that we can protect each other's items. How does that sound?
That sounds acceptable.
Excellent. You're a quick learner now. Very good.
Well, how can I help you? What are you after? You're looking for potions of healing, judging by the fact that your companion had been taking all of my rather interesting potions of healing away from my desk. Anything more exotic? You looking for anything custom made? Potion of flying, invisibility? What are you looking for?
Oh, I don't need to worry about the flying part. But what other potions do you have?
Oh, if you can imagine it, I guarantee I've thought of it, made it, sold it for longer than you've been alive.
What about something that makes you go really fast?
Makes you go really fast. A potion of speed. It sounds like you're after something to speed you up and give you extra movement, correct?
Oh, like I was thinking more along the lines of like a haste, perhaps, or speed might be the right one. Yes.
Let me have a little bit of a look. See how much that's going to cost. Need to pull open my. Here we are. So I'm trying to find my potions cost listing. I found it. Magic item costs. Sorry, I've got so many tabs now on my OneNote. It's insane. As I'm sure you can imagine, the OneNote's become quite crazy. Here we are. Potion of haste was what you were looking for.
I'll try.
I don't have one for a potion of haste. I would say though that would be very similar to. I'd say that's probably a rare item. Haste is quite. What level spell is haste? It's a 3rd level, correct?
3rd level.
Yeah, so probably that'd be a rare rather than a. Yeah, probably that would be a rare item, similar to a potion of invisibility. Potion of haste, 180 gold pieces.
That's a little bit out of my price range. What about just let's just start with the basics then. What about a potion of healing?
Potion of healing? That's much easier. If you're looking for a standard potion of healing, 50 gold pieces.
That would be useful. You couldn't get a little bit of a. What if we bought a couple? Would you be able to do like a bit of a discount if we bought more?
I might be able to do a little bit of a discount. Yes, I'd say I could probably do something like that. If you're looking for a couple of potions of healing, I guess I could sell, if you were to buy maybe 4 or 5, I could sell them for 25 gold each. Oh, sorry, you're looking for a standard potion of healing. They are 25 gold each. Apologies.
That's
I was quoting you one of my more special potions of healing.
Oh, okay. Yes, I was going to say that was quite steep. But 25 gold pieces seems reasonable. I would be able to perhaps buy. Well, how much for 3 then? What would you be able to do me for 3?
5. I'd do it for 70. 70 gold pieces for 3.
Ooh.
What about 5?
What about 5? Let me have a quick look, see what I can do. I could probably do it for 110 gold pieces. 15 gold discount.
Push all of the money forward.
Oh.
It isn't 100 and something gold pieces.
She sort of has a bit of a look and counts through and then goes, you're a little bit short, my friend. Seems like you only have 65? Because you'd have 60 plus whatever you started with.
I'll put in the rest. Don't worry. And I put out 50 to make it 110.
Yeah.
Whatever the
Claire, let's say now put out 60. Put out the full 60 that she's been given, and then you can that they've been given. You can keep whatever else is left over, whatever you started with. Now.
Yeah.
And then Naj put out 50. She counts it very carefully and goes, "Lovely doing business with you. I think I could throw in a little special potion as a little gift.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
For saving the world, or at least your friends or comrades did.
Well, we hope to make our own mark on the world on this new adventure that we're setting up upon. That's why we came here to you first.
Very good to hear." She reaches down, pulls out, and hands you a potion of climbing.
Ooh.
Drink this, and you'll be able to climb around for 1 hour.
Oh, how wonderful.
I know.
Yes, well. Perhaps now you should take this one.
Oh. But we did not pay for it.
Oh no, we have.
Your gold, the gold that you handed over, is sufficient. It covers cost of the potions and this as well. and you can guard this treasure, and I'll guard your treasure.
Okay. Take it. Yeah.
Excellent.
I'd love to see a giant statue climbing the walls. That would be really interesting.
I kind of imagine like your hands become a little bit like past, become like a little bit past.
They kind of like meld in.
Yeah, meld into the stone a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, for whoever needs it. I mean, yeah.
Lovely doing business with you. Ta-ta!
And then as she drops down below, you can hear the sound of glass sort of tinkering from underneath.
So Niles Silverwind, does this mean that
No.
we cannot take things from the other stalls?
No, unfortunately, we cannot do that. That is what they call illegal. Yes. Yes, that is thievery, and you will get reprimanded and worse, thrown into a prison of some sort. You cannot do that.
Okay. No, we do not want to go into a prison. That's not a good idea.
No, not at all.
But now we have no more money.
Yes, indeed. Well, I still have about 10 gold pieces with me. But yes, we are running a bit skint now.
We shall have to go back and get some more.
Yes, I believe so. Perhaps we could speak to Mira. She might be able to help us.
I'm happy to share that you are not going to get any more gold out of Mira until you do some fucking work. Until you do your goddamn jobs.
A little voice just told me that we might have a bit of trouble with that now.
Now, Silverwind, you are very glad to be here, aren't you?
Oh yes, I am very excited. I cannot wait to hit the road with my new friends and companions and travel to this town. I'm sure the hill giants will be quite. They will be okay. I'm sure they will be fine.
We think as long as we bring them a present, that should be okay, right?
You did mention that. Yes, I like that line of thinking. Now I think we should definitely bring them something. I'm sure they will be more interested in hearing what we have to say, and perhaps we can quell all of this tomfoolery.
Are you a fighting bird?
That is interesting that you have asked me this question. I am a practitioner of the striking talon. I can show you my fighting style if you would like to see it.
Yes, I would very much like to see, because maybe where I am from, I remember that coins were exchanged for fighting. Perhaps there is a city we could also do that.
That is a very good. I hadn't considered that. I didn't think I would need to sully these talents. But perhaps you were onto something. That is rather exciting. I think if we can, perhaps we should ask around and see if there's an arena somewhere, or somewhere we can make a little bit of coin. I think perhaps even you've got some pretty hefty little, stone fists there. I think you could definitely dish out some damage with them.
Yes.
Ha!
I am a lethal weapon.
Oh, so am I. That's something we have in common then.
Hit me.
Did you hear that, Matt?
What?
Claire,
hit
you might have to say it again.
Did you say hit you?
Yes.
Right here, right now. Are you sure?
Striking talon.
As long as you don't mind, I can certainly show you. Just stand there.
Try.
I mean, like Niles looks around. Like, where are we? We're in the market hall. So
yeah. There's loads of adventurers walking around you. You can see other guilds, other groups, every race, every class, just wandering around.
Niles looks around, kind of like a bit like confused. Like he's like, I don't think this is the right place for displays of martial prowess.
We disagree. Look at how all of these martial people, now these have been looking around, and it seems like the whole place is full of warriors. And
you do make a good point. Sure. I'll show you a bit of my striking flying talon style. Niles takes up a martial sort of stance, and he's going to make an unarmed strike on you.
Go for it, please. Roll to attack.
Yeah. That's a 13. That's probably
13.
gonna miss.
That's definitely going to miss.
Oh, you strike.
Oh yeah.
You just like slam in this talon and nothing happens. And as you pull it back, like you look down and it just feels a bit awkward.
That doesn't usually happen. Do you want me to try again? I can follow up.
Yes.
And then he like strikes with the second round attack.
13.
Oh fuck!
It's exactly the same again with the other fist. You're like, oh! There's this dunk, and then you pull back and your hand's just there. Ali, say that out loud. Ali, say that out loud.
Getting a little bit of a bird picking a fight with a window vibe.
Amazing.
This doesn't usually happen. But then again, my opponents are usually not made of stone, so that is a conundrum. That is rather impressive. Your natural fortitude is interesting. Ooh.
Our usual strategy is to stand there and take hits. So, you like your style.
Yes, I think I'm going to need to work on it though.
Did anyone notice though? Was anyone looking?
No, because it's like you're just like ha ha, and then like all you heard was like Niles going ha hoo. Like occasionally they'll like look over as they hear that, and then they hear the tink, and then Niles just sort of standing there smiling, like nodding encouragingly, and they're like okay, and then just move on. There's no great reaction because nothing happens. Like there's no consequence of this. It's just it looks like pretending to practice some moves and nothing happening.
One more time, Niles Silverwind. You can do it.
Claire, why are you trying to cause a scene?
Yes.
Niles like rolls his shoulders back and like his wings sort of stretch out, and he like takes a couple steps back and he's like, "Okay, then, you asked for it now."
Natural.
And he like jumps up a little bit, and he's like wings like fly up a bit. He's like starts to hover up, and he's gonna like kick straight down. Let's see.
Come on, baby, give me the natural one. I'm ready for it. Natural one.
That'll hit.
25.
25 will hit. 25's good. Roll some damage.
I just fall backwards.
Oh,
How much
max damage?
How are you doing? How are you doing now?
Half my hit points.
Half your hit points. Level 1. Level 1. As you get past the defenses and strike a critical point, actually one of the glowing tattoos across Now's chest, as you strike it, there's this flash of light, and Now just goes stiff and then drops backwards and crashes into the floor with a loud thud.
Like Neville.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
The room freezes as everyone sort of stops and looks over at what's happening.
Nothing to see here.
Pause, and then now you can hear this really deep rumbling laughter.
I love the idea of Now falling over completely horizontal and then standing up in the exact same way as if gravity was a mere suggestion. Just slowly spinning upright. Yeah, just slowly erecting and then standing forward, being like, very good hit.
Now, are you okay there? I didn't mean to.
They'll give you a huge bear hug and be like, "That was wonderful! What a warrior!"
Sorry, I cannot.
I get it, man. I get it. I don't want you to stop. It's hilarious.
Amazing.
Amazing. With that, the two of you make your way out of the league hall. A couple of people who the fuck were they? I don't know. I don't know who they were. What were they doing?
I do not know. They just came in and punched one another and then tried to steal potions and then left. I think we want to avoid these people. Try not to get too close.
As you make your way out of the guild hall. The five of you...
as we're loudly going "You've just seen the latest members of the Tempest Adventuring Guild."
Wait, these people got over my application? What a joke.
As the five of you reunite outside the guild hall, you can see a carriage has been brought forward. Rather than flesh and blood horses, you can see that the front of the carriage is actually connected to this almost like a sphere with 4 legs made of metal coming out, almost like a spider's legs in front.
And then the sphere is connected to the carriage itself by these wires and cables and metal plating. You can see Mira is looking over, checking everything as she peers over it, and then smiles as you guys approach. Welcome back. You got everything you needed for your journey?
Yes, we were quite successful at the adventure at the League Hall. Got a potion for everyone.
Stupendous. Well, here is your carriage. All you have to do is, from inside, one of you can help steer and stay on the path, but I have been told by Professor Griswold that it will stay on the path naturally. It has something he calls pathfinding. Sounds intriguing. This is his second edition of it.
No.
Oh.
You're rolling good on those 4s.
Yeah, you are.
The first one was rather complex. This one is too, but he says that once you get an understanding of how it works, it is rather successful.
Charged or anything? I mean, I know with horses you have to feed them, but I mean, this doesn't look
No,
like it.
this requires no food. It is powered by the elemental magic of the giants. It is based on one of their constructs. Loki helped work with Professor Griswold on this. I believe he's also been updating the airship as well. I'll be excited to see the latest version of it. Well,
Lyra's just just glaring sort of at this weird looking carriage thing.
Yeah.
Like
Niles is probably also just like,
this is beyond.
yeah.
For podcast listeners, Matt is rotating his entire head around his body as he moves around, like shifting his head in position to like get a better view of the cart, much like an owl would do. Brilliant. As Mira gives you a bit of like a final look, I'm so proud. It's so wonderful to be managing a guild and to have such competent new members coming through. I'm still so stoked about this business card. She waves the little feather business card and tucks it away. But good luck to all of you. If there's anything you need, you can use the communication stone inside the cart to contact myself or Azua. I believe Leosin has one as well. Please have a safe journey and good luck.
Ta-ta, Mira!
Try not to die.
Furiously, it's like,
We'll try not to get eaten.
That is good, yes. Wonderful. As you load into the cart, you find the inside is both spacious and comfortable. The cart is a little bit larger than you might have initially thought, spaced out so that there are 2 seats facing one another, but easily room for 3 on each. As you sit down, you can see the seats are actually divided into 3 sections, and there's a handle at the bottom of each seat. Would anyone be pulling on that handle?
Yes.
yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Great. The
100%.
second you do, the seat collapses back into a recline.
Is it like made out of like metal or wood?
Mostly
or-
wood. Mostly the cart's made of this very beautiful, polished, probably like an oak or a reddish stained wood. The inside is fitted with metal housings and brackets, mostly of brass, and then the fixtures of the seats is also brass as well. Very clockwork and steampunk-esque looking on the horse at the front that's pulling it, this construct that's pulling it, and that's actually integrated into the cart. As you get inside, you can actually see in the very center, in the ceiling hanging down, is what looks to be some sort of metal plating arranged around in a circle. And as you reach up and turn it, you can see that it actually turns the direction of the sphere at the front. It actually moves in direction in response to the circle inside.
Like on a Ferris wheel when you got the thing in the middle.
Yeah, but above,
Cool.
above instead.
Are we being
Yeah,
pulled?
well, Tetra's just going to start spinning the whole cart.
As soon as
This is really-
you spin, I think it'd be probably like 90 degrees. It locks off and it can't go any further that direction. Sorry.
Aw.
This is absolutely that creature from The Incredibles, isn't it?
Oh,
Not quite. I'll do a quick sketch and chuck it up on the Discord and maybe have it on the thing of what I'm imagining, but something more similar to like an extended, almost like an egg-shaped sphere, like an egg shape, but at the bottom, these spider-like legs have emerged to help move it forwards, and then the top of it actually opens up and is connected via all these wires and cables and metal plating to the cart. Very steampunk-esque, but I guess it is a little bit like, what are the Incredible Bots called? It'll come to me in a minute.
No, the big one, the big bad one you're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Omnidroids or something?
Omnidroids.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that's it. Definitely.
Nice.
Very nicely done. And with that, you'd load into the cart and set off. The journey northwards is uneventful for the most part. You pass by farmland at first as you leave Oxenford. You pass farmland at first, then beginning to reach areas of plains, areas of forest. You pass by some small towns. The first night you're able to actually get into one of the smaller towns, Posted, which is just outside the town of Oxenford. Set up at the inn, have something to drink, have something to eat, have a moment to rest and relax. And then the next morning you set off again. The journey takes you 2 full days. And at the end of the second day, you reach an area of woodland that is set aside. You can see there's probably an old camping site there from other travelers who've been there. You set up camp and do your first night in the wilderness. As you sleep and benefit from a long rest, you find no dangers, no problems, no issues at all. In fact, the journey so far probably lulls you into a sense of security, a sense of safety. As dawn rises on the third day, a red sun rising over the east, casting long shadows, the clouds above, threatening to storm, but keeping their distance, still allowing the sunlight to pass through. The cart begins to go up a rise. You know that there's a small hill before you reach the town of Laspire. And as you reach the top of the hill, you can hear the sound of a bell ringing faintly in the distance. And as you crest the rise and begin peering out from the cart, you see the town of Laspire stretch before you, a small hamlet enclosed by a palisade fence. Gates wide open at the front and smoke rising from several areas inside the town. And in the very center, rising from the earth, is a large sphere made of obsidian and metal, glowing. A spire of pale white light, occasionally shooting up through the clouds, pushing them aside. And that is where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
Oh,
what is that?
Oh, you'll have to find out next time on Return of the Giant. You set that up so perfectly for me, Matt. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Yes, we will be back next Wednesday for more Return of the Giants as the adventurers arrive, hopefully well prepared, at the town of Laspire to find that all is not well in the town. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Thank you so much, chat. You've been so lovely. It's been lovely having all of you chat. Spider egg. Oh, amazing. That's fantastic. And also great username, Just a Ray of Sunshine. That's fantastic. I love that. That's awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. It's so lovely to have you all here. Remember, if you've been watching this on YouTube or on the podcast, drop a comment, a like, a subscribe if you like. It really helps the channel out. We've been making massive progress towards the 1,000 needed for YouTube Partner Program. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. If it's on a podcast, chuck a review. Why not? I think iTunes and Spotify let you do reviews. I'm not sure about Google Play Podcasts, but if they do and you want to give us one, I'd really love it. Thank you so much. But that's all from us tonight. That's the end of our D&D session, Return of the Giants. We will be back on Saturday morning for more Grounded. Or I will be with a couple of other streamers for more Grounded on Saturday morning. Otherwise, you will next see our D&D stream next Monday night when we return with Curse of Strahd. But until then, stay safe, stay well. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you all again next time. Goodbye, everybody. Bye!
Bye! Bye!
Thank you.